Okay, boys and girls, we are dividing by 2. Let's see. Today, and there are some things that I need to tell you before we get started. So you are used to seeing the division sign. It looks like this, and you have your dividend here. So we would call this the big number, your dividend, and you have your divisor here, which is the number you're dividing by. And then you end up with your quotient, which is your answer. Now, there's another way to show division, and that is using the division box. Now, the numbers change position, so you have this little, sort of looks like a box. The divisor goes on the outside of the box, and your dividend goes inside. So big number on the inside, little number on the outside. Now remember, this little number, big number thing only works for 3rd grade because things change when you get older. So just remember, this is 3rd grade terms only, but they'll always be called dividend and divisor. And then your answer, your quotient, goes up here at the top. So that's really important to remember that it goes on the top. There's no equal sign. Now, I will have students that will decide, oh, division is like subtraction. So I can write this way. And guess what? This is not a thing. So do not write it that way. Okay, not a thing. Sorry, my finger stuck to the screen. Okay, so, and I will also have students that want to do this. This is also not a thing. The answer goes on the top. Now, when you're older, and probably your adult will say 2 goes into 18 9 times, but the way that 3rd graders should think about this is how many 2's in 18? There are 9 2's in 18. So when you're thinking about the division box, think how many of this in this number? And this will be how many there are. Okay, so let's move on now with our work for today. So we are dividing by 2. You learned the division symbol, and another symbol for division is the division box. So like I told you before, your dividend is your total from multiplication. You take your product and you put it out in the front. That's your dividend. Your divisor is what you're dividing by. It's your groups. And then the 5 is how many in each group, okay? Then, like I showed you before, your divisor goes outside the division box, your dividend goes inside, and your quotient goes on top. Okay, so Javier and Alexis share an apple equally. If there are 8 slices, how many slices will each of them get? Wow, this is the 3rd time we've seen this story. They really like apples with 8 slices. So here we go. To share equally between blank people means to divide by 2. So find 8 divided by 2, or how many 2's in 8. Now they said read this 8 divided by 2. That is the way to read it, 8 divided by 2. But to help us think about it, I like to say how many 2's in 8. So let's back up. To share equally between how many people? So our people in our story are Javier and Alexis. So we have 2 people. Okay, and I'm just sticking with red because it's easier to see, and that's the color that happened to be that the ink was set to. Okay, so to share equally between 2 people means to divide by 2. So find 8 divided by 2, or how many 2's in 8, or 8 divided by 2. So we're going to partition one counter at a time into each group until the counters are gone. Draw the equal groups at the right. Now I've noticed that some of you are not using the drawing space. You need to use that drawing space because this really shows that you understand it. Okay, so we're going to do 1 for me, 1 for you into these groups to find out how many counters go in the groups. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my 2 groups in my drawing space. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to do 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 right now, 5, 6, sorry, forgot to count, 7, 8. Okay, so that's 8 counters divided into 2 groups, which is 4. So the model shows 8 total divided into 2 groups, which is 4 in each group, or how many 2s in 8? There are 4. So each person will get 4 apple slices. Okay, let's go to the next page. A related multiplication fact can help you find an unknown in a division sentence. So let's look at the example. Max divided his collection of 12 feathers into 2 groups. How many feathers are in each group? Find the unknown. Okay, so Max divided his collection of 12 feathers into 2 groups. So find 12 divided by 2 equals, or how many 2's in 12? 2 divided by 12 equals blank. 2 times blank equals 12. So a division sentence can be thought of as a multiplication sentence in which you're looking for an unknown factor. So 12 is our total. So it's here as the quotient and it's here as the product. Our number of groups is 2. And so we have 2 groups of, so 2 groups of something equals 12. Well, I can count by 2's on my fingers till I get to 12. I can also write my skip counting if I'm not sure. So I can write 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 is the number I'm trying to get to. So now I just count how many I wrote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 times 6 equals 12. So that means that 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So I can put 12 divided by 2 equals 6 up here. And how many 2's in 12? There are 6. You know that 2 times 6 equals 12. It has it down here. But I helped you figure it out the other way. Just use your strategies to help you. So 12 divided by 2 equals 6, or how many 2's in 12 is 6, so the unknown is 6. There are 6 feathers in each group. Okay, let's go down to guided practice. We're going to divide, write a related multiplication fact. I'm getting tongue-tied. Okay, so my total number of counters here is 4. I see I have 2 groups of 4. So here inside my division box, my total is 4. My dividend is 4. My divisor is 2 because I'm dividing into 2 groups. And so I count the counters in each group. 1, 2, 1, 2. There are 2 in each group. So there are 2 2's in 4. And I can write a related multiplication fact. Remember that my total goes out here on this line after the equal sign. So I'm going to put my 4 there. I have 2 groups of 2 counters in each group, which equals 4. Let's look at number 2. I have 10 stars altogether. That's my total. So I know I can put 10 over here because that's going to be my total. Okay, and then I see I have 2 groups, and it's listed right here, 10 divided by 2. So I'm going to put 2 groups here because we know the multiplication sign means groups of. And then I just need to know what the unknown is. How many in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 divided by 2 equals 5. 2 times 5 equals 10. And I know both of those equations are true. All right, here we go. Another one. My total is 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hearts altogether. I have 2 groups of hearts. So if my total is 6, I can put the 6 over here. I know I have 2 groups. 2 groups of something equals 6. 6 divided by 2 equals something. So my unknown is going to be the same number. So I can count the hearts in each group. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And so I have 3 hearts in each group. So 6 divided by 2 equals 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. Okay, and that is how you divide by 2.